Good morning. Today's Wednesday, I think. It's Wednesday. Good morning. Sunshine in the mountains, warm temperatures today. It's going to be nearly summer temperatures, like 77. So when we get warm, we really get warm. Who is here? I see you start to pop it in. Come on in. See me this morning. It took me a little while to shake myself out today, but I am here. I can't tell. Who is that? Tammy? I can't see. I have no eyes. Stefan. Good morning. Yes, Tammy, that was you. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Hi, Stefan. Come on in, guys. It's one of those days where I'm trying. I just woke up in pain, so I've been really working to get here today, and I'm much better at this point. Calling in the angels and the guides to kind of guide us along, and I pulled a great card for us today. So they led us right to the right message. So I'm going to do a little card reading for the group in just a minute. It's really important for us to kind of tune in. Who else is here? Hi, Carol. Good morning. Good morning. You must have changed your profile picture. I am being patient because I'm late. I'm sorry. I'm really struggling with these headaches lately, but it's better. It lifted, so it does feel like it's very much ascension symptoms. When I start asking for some help, it lifts. It's like, oh, okay, here, let me help you out. Do you feel like you're maybe carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? I was looking at my shoulders and I'm like, yeah, that's what it feels like. It's like this huge pull, gravitational pull, or this weight coming down on top, and it's like just keeps pushing and pushing at me, and it's a job. It really feels like we have some very heavy work that we're doing right now. So if you're in that, please understand that I'm getting this from a lot of people. It's not just me. So it's almost like the weight of us is our physical selves carrying the weight as our inner being comes more and more online. The weight of physical form seems like it's more than we can bear sometimes. Does that make sense? That's kind of what's coming through me right now. It's like, oh, my soul is ready to fly, and my body is like, oh, so heavy. Please, I want to fly. So it's a very difficult time of transformation for us. So I'm going to go ahead. It's 10:36. I'm always late. I'm going to go ahead and show the card now. If we get more people, we'll show it again. Because it feels like a really important card, a really important message for all of us today. So we have mountain. It's not an awful card. It's actually a good card. I know it looks kind of creepy. That mountain looks tired. That's kind of how I feel lately. That mountain. Good morning, imagination. It's nice to have you join us. So look at that kind of heavy mountain. So it's not a bad card. It looks creepy when you pull it up. You're like, oh gosh. We all have our mountains, right? We all have mountains in our lives. We have physical mountains. We have emotional mountains. We have spiritual mountains that we're trying to climb. And sometimes we're trying to climb them all at one time. And I often say that it feels like I've got my fuzzy slippers on and I'm climbing a mountain that's covered in slime. You know, it just feels like I'm just working and working and working at it sometimes, and I can't. I'll go, 3 steps forward and then I slide back down, and then 3 steps forward and slide back down. So, so there is this need to kind of focus a little bit more on this mountain. The reason why this card is coming up is an important reminder to all of us. We don't always have to climb the mountain. We don't always have to do this the hard way. That's what the card is all about. We don't have to go through life the hard way. We can choose to have an easier route. We can choose to get into the flow of life. So what we talk about is, always like, it seems like we are just born, with this need to try to do everything the hard way. If I can't make it over that mountain, maybe I'll just chisel a hole right through the middle. Maybe I'll create a tunnel. There's so many ways that we try to do things, and it's so difficult. I did not choose an easy path this lifetime. I could have. I can look back at my past self and I can go, if you'd have made that decision, and you signed up for the Air Force instead of going and having 6 children with an abusive husband, you could have gone in the Air Force. There's all these things. There's all these things, these times when we've made our decisions, and many of us have not made easy decisions. And those decisions have led us to where we are, and I wouldn't change even one iota of the decisions that I've made. It's okay that I've done things the hard way. It's okay. It's been good for my growth. But here's the thing, we don't have to continue. It's letting go of the idea that you always have to do things the hard way. We think that it's got to be a really big struggle, don't we? We, somewhere in our conscious minds, we're like, I feel like I'm just destined to have a difficult life. But that's not true. Knock that right back off the board. That's not true. So there's a third option. We can climb over the mountain. We can take forever to try to get to the top of that mountain. We can try to chisel a hole through the mountain, or guess what else we can do? We can just lay down at the bottom of the mountain. We can get in the flow. There's a river at the bottom of the mountain, and it leads right through a pass. It's narrow sometimes it may be a little bit difficult, and yet it's still so much easier to just lay down and let yourself get into the flow. And pretty soon, it may be the slower way to go. Maybe you think, oh, it's a lot faster to go over the mountain or go through the mountain. It doesn't matter about time. What matters is that you're being easy, that you're allowing yourself the chance to just get in the flow of life, because that's where everything really is. It's not at the top of that mountain that you're working so hard to climb. It's down there in that river of life. It's letting go now. We don't have to work so hard. Can you hear me? I could repeat this message a dozen times today. We don't have to work so hard. You don't have to work so hard. You can allow yourself to lay down. Stop kicking. Stop trying to paddle your way someplace. Everything that you want is down at the other side. It's just the water flows right to it. You don't need to go upstream. It's not up there. It's down there. Doesn't that feel good? Just lay down. Just stop fighting. Stop fighting. Stop trying to control everything. I'm a big control freak. I'm learning to not be. It's taken me a lot of time to learn to let go. I had to go through some pretty traumatic experiences. The more I tried to hold on, the worse it got. The more my body started screaming at me. And once again, with all of this pain in my back, I'm like, okay, what am I doing? Our bodies always tell us. Our bodies will always tell us what we're doing. It'll keep on carrying the score, right? So I am still trying to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. That's where the pain comes from. If you're holding on to something that is just not meant for you, a lot of times the pain will come in your shoulders. Trust me, I did that too. Horrible shoulder injury that just didn't want to heal until I finally let go of a relationship that didn't work for me. There's so many, even big things, little things. What is it that your body, if you can slow down, get in the flow and listen, really listen and pay attention. What are you holding on to that really is maybe hurting you, slowing you down, keeping you from getting into the flow of life? Because it's in that flow of life that everything that you've ever asked for, everything that you really, really want is there. And if you're still reaching for the paddle and you're still reaching for the lifeboat, you aren't letting go. You aren't letting yourself go to the place that you really long to be. And it makes no logical sense, so don't try to make logical sense out of it. Good morning, Annie 7. It doesn't make any logical sense, does it, to just let go? All of us, we're born in this mode of, no, I gotta make it happen. I gotta make it happen. I gotta make something happen. I gotta do something. You know, I'm sure that I could do more. I'm sure that I could do more. And sometimes I'll just sit there and go, well, how am I missing the boat here? You know, like I'm just this little person. I haven't really made a big mark. And then I'm like, what are you doing? If you are on the planet and you are changing the lives of 1, 2, 3 people, if you're helping them to wake up to the truth of who they are, if you're just here breathing and holding the light for the planet, and as you're breathing, you're transmuting darkness into light, you're already doing what you came here to do. There's really nothing else to do. So the other opportunities, as you create from that space of nothingness, that's really important to get yourself back to that place where I'm okay right where I am. I don't need to try to force this. I don't need to try to make something happen. It's happening already. It's already happened. There is no time. Those things that you've asked for, they already happened. You just haven't let yourself get to them yet because you're still paddling upstream. So you said, well, I'd like to be able to, I don't know, go on tour, whatever it is that you want to do. And I want to speak to people, large numbers. I've said that before. I'd like to be able to go out and amongst people and just be with people who are like-minded, who are in the same space as me. I'd love to be able to share time together. I'd love to be able to just get out and travel and just be with people that feel like home. That's something I'd really love. And so I can get into my brain and I can go, well, how can I make this happen? Let me see if I can start putting pieces together. I got to do this and I got to do this and I'm do. Instead of just saying, wait a minute, my power lies in my stillness. The true power lies in being still. The true power is coming from my higher self. My higher self doesn't tell me to go running in circles on the rat race. It doesn't tell me to do that. And I'm far wiser than that. My higher self, your higher self, we're far wiser than that. We know better. We know that we don't have to run in circles to make things happen. That's just the hamster wheel. You know those hamsters, they get on there and they just, and sometimes they get going so fast they fly off the other direction, you know, and that's what, I'm sure I've done that a few times. Flown off the other direction. I don't have to run on that hamster wheel. Neither do you. If you're still trying to run on that hamster wheel, you're wasting your breath, you're wasting your energy. It's time to let go. Good morning, Rosalind. Good morning, Robert Dosa. Good morning, Lauren. I love seeing you guys pop in. Let me show you the card again. We're talking about mountains in our lives. And we're talking about the need to stop trying to climb that mountain. Stop thinking you got to get to the top of the mountain the hard way. Stop trying to chisel a hole through it. There's a river at the bottom of the mountain. You can lay down in the river. The river will carry you to the other side. You know, I went to the Grand Canyon about two years ago, and man, I love that side of the country. I love all of that weird, funky Sedona, all that stuff. It was cool. But at some point, and I really wasn't feeling good, I'll give you that, we decided to start going down into the Grand Canyon instead of standing up there and looking at how pretty it was. And we probably climbed down for a good hour, and it was very hot. 90 degrees easy, super hot, sun shining down. Whoa, it was kind of tough. But going down didn't seem too bad. It was narrow in places, and I'm looking off the side. I'm like, holy cow, that's a long way down. And yet we got to a great little lookout. It was nice. And then we had to climb out all the way back up. Now, here's my point. Because you can't really start at the bottom unless you get a helicopter ride down. You really got to go downhill first and then back up. And that uphill climb is no small feat. So what I'm trying to say is that at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, this is what triggered me, is at the bottom of the Grand Canyon is this river. Well, how about we just forget climbing up and down the Grand Canyon and we just go down to the river. We just lay down in a life raft, or don't even have one, just to visualize yourself. Just, what is it, the Colorado River? What is it that goes down through? Somebody will know better than me. Get in that river. And you can enjoy all of the splendor and the beauty by just laying down. I remember thinking that when I was there. I'm like, why? Yeah, the helicopter doesn't seem too scary. Wouldn't it be more fun to just go down there and just kind of start there and then just kind of go on down the river, the lazy little river, just kind of on downstream? Wouldn't that be cool? That's kind of what I'm talking about today is why do we work so hard at this thing called life? Why are you working so hard at it? What's the full purpose for climbing all the way up that mountain? Why are you trying so hard? It's okay to have goals. It's kind of cool to have goals and to want to do things. It's great. That's why you came. You wanted to have experiences. But if you're tired like me, a lot of us are really, really exhausted right now. That trying to climb that mountain and chisel a hole through the middle of it, and then not only am I trying to climb the mountain and chisel a hole through it, but I'm trying to pull everybody else up the mountain with me, and that's a really big problem, and that's a really big habit for me. What are you doing? What are you carrying on your back? Imagine climbing a mountain with 6 or 7 people on your back. That feels like my whole life. So what I'm trying to tell you is just lay them down. They got their own legs. Sever, remove, cut those cords. Let everyone in your life take a few minutes every day and say, you know what? All these people, they came here, all these souls, they're all beautiful, magnificent, amazing souls. All these people around me. Why am I trying so hard to carry them up the mountain when they came for their own experience, and they're going to choose their own path anyway. You know, half the time I think they're kicking and screaming. I don't even want to go up the mountain. I'm dragging them with me anyway. I've always been one of those. If you are that, please, please. The Grand Canyon's amazing. It really is, John. It's amazing, incredible, and it's no more beautiful than the mountains that I live in, truly. You know, it takes your breath away here, too. So you could go all the way around the world. You could go all the way across oceans. You could do whatever you want. And just okay, I'll give them that. You can put yourself there anytime you'd like. Where is it that you really want to go? You don't have to travel by plane, train, automobile. Get into deep meditation. Take yourself there. I'll describe it to you perfectly. You can go with me today if you'd like. We'll go to the Grand Canyon. To the best of my memory, we'll go to the Grand Canyon together in just a few minutes. So, I get the whole point of this is this whole card, this reading today. The whole point of it is to stop working so hard. Go down to the bottom of the mountain. Stop worrying about climbing the mountain. If you're already halfway up, just get a sled and slide on down. Go to the river. Everything that you want is at the bottom of that river, at the other end of it. You'll get off, and everything that you've been asking for, it's always a yes. This universe is the most giving. It's the most giving now than it's ever been. And you've been asking for opportunities, and you've been asking for all kinds of goodness in your life, and it's there. It is there. That was the message that was given to me today. Why are you playing small again? Why do you play small? You are the son, the mother, the daughter of a king. You are everything wrapped up in one little physical body. And the reason why it's painful right now to be in that physical body is because your soul is growing so big that it can't even make room. Your body is having a hard time making space for how big, for the expansion of you. You've expanded so great that there just isn't enough room for your soul right now, and so your body is going through another time of ascension symptoms of, okay, we got to expand, we got to grow. And do you feel that need sometimes to just say, okay, I can't do anything else today but just stretch and move my body and meditate because my body, my soul, everything that's going on inside of me needs more space. That's your number one job right now, is to find that in yourself, because we are going into a time of expansion in a way that humanity has never gone through before. If you're still here, pat yourself on the back. It means you're very strong. In order to be able to withstand everything that your body is going through right now, all of this transition, all of this ascension, means that you have some solid resilience. Congratulations, you're still here. You've made it. Many haven't. You are still here. You're still playing this game. You're still in it because you've got something. What's the word? There's a word for that. But you got it, whatever it is. You got it. And I hope that I can continue to stay here in physical form. And I hope that you will stay here and continue in this physical form, and that you will take good care of your body, and that you'll relax a little bit, and that you'll stop trying to climb those mountains always and just be at peace and lay down in that lazy river sometimes, and just let that river just take you in and around and through all the different rocks and the different things, and as it carries you gently down to the place that you've always wanted to be. That's what I hope. It's my hope for you today. I walked 5.2 miles in the last 3 days. Excellent, Lauren. That's what I've been doing too. Walking. Getting this body back into shape after the winter. I think we need it right now. Oh, you're dropping in now, if that's all right. Yeah, you can drop in. Drop in anytime you like. Drop right into that Grand Canyon. Perfect. We could fly up the mountain. Of course we could fly up the mountain. I didn't even think about that option. Sprout your wings and just fly right over the mountain. If you'd like, you can soar like an eagle. You get to do whatever you choose to do. What is that? Use your imagination. That's what this network is all about. The imagination of becoming. Let's become for a few minutes. What would we like to do? So as we go to that Grand Canyon, if you want to feel those wings in your back, maybe that's why the back pain. Maybe we're literally growing wings at our back. That's something fun to play with too. There she goes again down the rabbit hole. So go ahead and start stretching those wings. Let's do what John said. Let's go ahead and start moving those wings around. Move your back around. Stretch out of it. Who needs all this discomfort? Just stretch right out of it. Oh gosh, it feels good to stretch. Get your body moving a little bit. We're not just going to be still in this meditation. We're gonna fly. So I want you to go ahead and see yourself rooted first. We are perfectly safe. I've already, as always, I call on Archangel Michael for protection for everyone that comes here now or in the future at any point. You are completely protected as we go through this meditation. Archangel Raphael has been called in also for healing for everyone that needs it. So they are waiting patiently. And I'm like, okay, time. It's time. And they're like, good, we've been waiting. Let's do this. So imagine those beautiful angels. They have wings on their back. They hold a big sword. You know how you see them. They are magnificent. They stand so tall. And they have those beautiful wings on their back. I want you to see yourself as that right now. I want you to just kind of go boom. You know how Archangel Michael comes in? It's, the way I see him is like all of a sudden he's just like boom, lands on the ground right in front of me. Big feet. Great big wings. Sword at the ready. Boom, right there. That's you. Be that right now. Be your superhero for a second. See yourself just kind of landing right in a circle with me. And we're all going to fly to the Grand Canyon together. So on the count of 3, take a big breath. And now just see yourself landing in a circle. We're all together. Boom. I hear this boom, 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 boom. All of us powerful beings together in one place in a big circle together. And you have the most amazing strong wings on your back right now. So I want you to use those wings. John wants to go to the Grand Canyon. We're all going to go to the Grand Canyon. We're going to fly there. So we're all right now. Since you've joined me here, we're all in the Smoky Mountains. So we got to go west. Young man, we got to go west. So I want you to see yourself lifting off the ground. Get those wings going. Get them going. Get them strong. Start flapping. Practice a little bit. And just start moving your shoulders. Feel your wings. They're right there at those shoulder blades. Why do you think you got those? That's where the wings pop out. Pop those wings out. Let's get them going. It feels so good to stretch those shoulders. Do it anyway. Even if you can't visualize this, just do it anyway. It's your exercise for this morning. This playground time. So as we're rising up above the earth, we can see that we have to go up really high. We got to get over these mountains. Let's start flapping those wings. Close your eyes. See yourself now. See yourself flapping up higher and higher. You're flying as high as the eagles and as strongly as the eagles fly. So we're flapping and we're flapping. And you can look over and see your friends. We're all out there together. Look around. See all these beautiful soul family members all just flying together. We're like in formation, like the geese. John's in the lead. He knows where he's going, apparently. Lead us, John. Get us to the Grand Canyon. So the topography changes. You'll notice as you're flying over the top of it, you get over these mountains and things start to level out and get more flat. And if you look off in the distance, because we're so high above it, you might even see the Rocky Mountains up to your right, up higher, up here. And we're going to drop down from those Rocky Mountains. And you'll see where everything is just a giant desert. It's so red down there. It's like this beautiful color of deep sand. And you can see some formations, and there's all kinds of neat things in the sand. Oh, you know, dried. It's very dry. But it's a really interesting thing to look at from up in the sky. So keep on flying. Keep on flying. You might see some areas. There are areas there in Arizona not too far from the Grand Canyon that are very green. Flagstaff. Flagstaff is nice and green. If you can see me rocking, that's what I'm doing. And the reason why I'm doing that is those are my wings flapping. So you move in whatever way you need. Whatever way makes you feel good. Just enjoy this time today. We're taking a vacation together. We all want to travel. So let's just travel together. And as we get closer, you can see that great big hole in the ground. That's what the Grand Canyon is. See it? John, let's go all the way down to the river together, okay? Let's just take a nice little time. You can fly around. It's amazing to me when I was at the Grand Canyon, these huge birds that were flying. If it was ospreys or what it was, but they were huge birds flying over the top of us all the time. Really interesting. So it's very dry here. If you got water nearby, you may want to take a sip. It's very deserty. There is water down at the bottom though, if you get there. So I want you to imagine now as you're circling around the Grand Canyon, imagine what it looks like. If you haven't been there, if you have been there, you can really imagine. There's this huge hole, and it's at different times of the day, the way that the sun shines on it, it's just magnificent. I was there and saw the sunset and the sunrise, and wow, the way the light shifts off of the different layers always amazes me. There's just different, it's a palette of different colors coming closer and closer and closer to you. As you're circling over it, enjoy, it is pretty early in the day there. It's a few hours earlier, I think. At least 2, maybe 3. Enjoy that sun coming up. Enjoy the wildlife. The squirrels are hilarious there. They all want food. You're not supposed to feed anything, but they're so obnoxious they'll come sit in your lap like little puppy dogs. Just keep flying. Keep flying, enjoying it for a few minutes. I want you to really enjoy your wings, and then we'll settle in and we'll take a little lazy river ride. So just fly around. Look down. Look how magnificent it is. It's amazing. It's like 500 feet, I believe, in some areas, that from the top to the bottom. Can you imagine how high that would be? 500 feet. It's like being on an airplane. Not very high on the airplane, but pretty high. All the way down to the bottom. You can see the river way down there if you look. It's there. There's a little tiny, what you can see, the sun glimmering off the blue way down deep in the canyon. Just keep flying. Birds are singing for us. They're helping us. So when you're ready, I don't think you're ready yet because I'm still getting the flying action. You can go as quickly or as slowly as you like. As you get tired, as you get thirsty, you can drop down to that river. You can just take a dive and then just bring yourself back up if you'd like. What would be fun is to take a dive over the water and open up your mouth and take a nice slurp of water and come right back up again. Whatever you see is okay. There's waterfalls. You might see a beautiful waterfall. There's one side where there's definitely waterfalls that you might come through. So you can see us flying right through a waterfall. Beautiful. Cool you right down. Open up your mouth. Take a drink. We're going to ask, as you're flying around, asking the angels to clear everyone that's here or anyone that watches in the future, clearing out those chakra centers, opening you up, helping your blocks to release. All that blocked up energy that you got going inside of you right now, let it go. Just relax and fly. Angels are coming in to work with you, minister to you as you sit there. Just enjoy your flight. You might feel that energy start to work on through. It feels very good when they come in and go to work. Thank you, angels. Anyone else that you want to call in to join you? If you've got a loved one, if you've got a favorite angel that you work with, if you have a favorite ascended master, Jesus is always, thank you. He barely lets me say his name these days. He's my favorite. That energy's amazing. Breathe. Breathe. Take in a big breath, letting that healing energy, prana, come through every cell of your body now. It goes through those sore muscles. It goes through any kind of disease that's in your body. Washes it away. Clears you right up for a beautiful new day. Just keep breathing it in as you're flying up there in the sky. And when we're ready, I want us to experience that lazy river. So let's all fly on down to the river. You can see the deer. There are deer. You know what else I saw when I was there is there was a big elk standing right in front of me. I wanted to stand there and take his picture. Sun was rising and the person I was with was in a hurry to go to the sunrise, and I was like, oh, but look, he's standing right here. Like 3 feet from my face was this big baby elk. He's just standing there looking at me. So cute. He and I bonded, I think. So just keep on flying down. Make circles and circles and circles. Keep looking, keep enjoying. Good morning, Paula. Keep enjoying all this beauty. We're at the Grand Canyon. Join us. And as you come down lower and lower, you get in the water. It's coming up bigger and bigger. It's not such a small river after all. When you drop down 500 feet, it gets bigger. So now that we're getting closer to it, when you're ready, just slide on in. Slide on in. And as you hit that water, your wings just kind of pop back inside and they're not there anymore. And so you get to just lay down in that water. Lay right back. You don't need anything to help you float. You will just float perfectly. Lay back in the water. Don't paddle. Don't make this a job. The water will hold you. It caresses you. It cradles you. You don't need to help it. Just rest into it. Feels good to lay in that water. It's just the right temperature after working so hard. Flying, it feels so good and refreshing. You might take a big gulp of water if you're thirsty. It's safe. It's okay. Everything's safe here. And just lay back. No working now. No flapping. No swimming. Lay back and let it carry you. As you look up, as you lay back, you can look up at the Grand Canyon. You're still there. Look up at it. Isn't it amazing to see it from this angle? Sky is so blue above you. There's all that red, brownish, clay-colored rock all around you, surrounds you. If you make a noise, it echoes out. Isn't that fun? You can echo. Hi, 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 hi. Splash a little bit. Enjoy yourself. Just don't swim. Relax. You might see yourself in an inner tube if you like. That's okay. Whatever is fun for you. It's what it's all about today. And it's getting a little rough, and it's okay. The water moves a little faster sometimes. You got to work your way. It just kind of guides you around those rocks, and the more you relax, the less you're going to bump, I promise. It's all about relaxing. If you try to fight, you're going to bump something, so just relax your body. Beautiful. Gentle breeze touches your face. What does it smell like? Imagine what the Grand Canyon, with that beautiful river going down through the Grand Canyon, smells like. Everything's fresh. There's been a rain. Grand Canyon doesn't get enough rain, but it's had a good rain, and it's all fresh. Washed clean. And as we're resting and relaxing, you are being ministered to still. Your energy is getting a good cleansing. All those things that you're holding on to still that aren't serving you, just release them into the water. Open up your hands. Let them flow out into the river that you're in. Let them flow on downstream. The earth will take them, recycle them, bring them back to you. You won't lose anything. They'll just be all cleaned up. They'll become something that you enjoy instead of something that you dread. Letting go, releasing your shoulders, releasing that energy between your eyes. When you do that, the more you relax, the more that beautiful angelic energy flows through you. Oh, big breath. Take a big breath. Energy's really coming in. Wow, that was big. Take it in. Take it in. Thank you to those angels. Well done. Big lift of energy right there for someone. I don't feel like that was mine. It came through powerfully. Well done for releasing like that. Well done. And the clearing is coming all the way up your spine now, pulling up all that Kundalini energy. Take a big breath. Pull it all the way from your toes. Bring that energy all the way up, as high as you can get it. Take a big breath. Straighten up that spine. Let that energy flow. Nice. Beautiful. Okay, we're coming down to the end of that our little ride on the lazy river. standing by the side of the shore there's some angels. They have warm towels for you. I want you to direct your little self right over to the side. And there's someone waiting for each one of you right there with that towel. It could be a loved one, it could be an angel. You see whoever you'd like to see. And as you get there, you just step out and they wrap you up warm. And they just hold on to you. Feel safe. For just a minute, just feel that embrace. Nice. That's beautiful. And as you step up out of the water, I want you to feel your feet back on the ground again, okay? We're going to just go back into our physical selves. Very easy. We're there. We are so cleansed and so comfortable now. That ego is settled down and nice and calm. Higher self has space within you. You've created a big open space. Breathe it in. I want you to feel your energy start to come back into your feet. You can imagine yourself, you want to stay there in the Grand Canyon, you can, or you can imagine yourself back at your home. Your feet are on the ground right there at your home. And you can look down, see them. Wiggle your toes, feel yourself back where you belong. I want you to feel that energy coming back up your legs, into your hands, into your body, into your spine. Starting to bring your awareness back. Thanking the angels, thanking Jesus, thanking all of the Ascended Masters, all of you, all of your higher selves, my higher self, all of you physical beings that joined me again today. I love you so much. Thanking Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. Everyone that's joined us, ancestors, loved ones. So appreciative again. They're thanking you. They're like, you thank us, we're thanking you. Beautiful job, well done. Coming all the way back in. All the way back in. Keep that bliss. Asking Archangel Michael to wrap each one of you in a protective bubble that's filled with bliss today. It's another bliss bubble. It's your gift from Archangel Michael. He's bringing you a bliss bubble. Wrap yourself right up in it. Feel safe, feel protected, feel just unconditionally loved within that bubble today. Wherever you go, whatever you do, that bubble's around you. Now all that negativity that's out there is just going to bounce off and go right back from whence it came. Gone. It's gone. Enjoy your day, you guys. You're so welcome. Take really good care of yourselves today. Be easy. Just relax a little bit. It's okay. It's okay to be easy on you. Take good care. I will see you tomorrow morning. It's 11:11. Perfect time. Just barely saw it. Take good care, guys. I love you. Bye.